We are in week 3, and we've got 3 exciting games for you here today. In the booth with me today, the legend, your boy Q. How we doing, baby?
Yo, what it do? What it do? We're winding down the week, man. You mentioned it's week number 3 over here for middle school. We also had some, week 4 action for high school action. It's been a fun week. I'm excited to get back into some Rocket League, though. How you been, fam?
Good, good. We got a little treat today as well. Of course, we've got a couple of middle school games, a D1 and a D2 game, but we're going to have a little extra treat at the end. We've got a makeup game for the high school series as well. So, again, 3 really exciting games today. This first one, however, California area going to be taking on St. Bernard, and both of these teams are 0-1, both very, very hungry for their first win on the season.
Yeah, both looking for their both series win, both also looking for their first game win as well, if my eyes do not deceive me here. And it's interesting, man. We know, especially on the side of the California area squad, we know how their high school is able to perform out on the pitch. So, maybe getting some tips from the high school kids or whatnot. But I think also one thing, I know we've kind of shared the same sentiment as far as like D2 at the high school level. Middle school, it's fun to watch this season and kind of the progression of these players throughout the semester.
Yeah, I mean, we talked to a couple, I think maybe it was the teachers a couple weeks ago, but some of these students, it's their first time even ever playing Rocket League. I know a couple of the players, it was the first esport that they've ever done. So it's great to see more of these kids getting opportunities and just getting an opportunity to get out there and have a little fun with each other. So we're going to crack into game number 1 here in this best of 5.
Yeah, let's get things started here as it's California area. Going to be able to get the control, moves the ball up the field. Mr. Giggle trying to get the control in the corner. Now it's going to be Teco, has the wide open field left off for Gutsy, but nice job by the defense, able to send that thing towards the side. And I wouldn't be expecting as far as much less than these two teams in this first 60, 90 seconds or so to really be trying to feel one another out and figure out a game plan to start running up the score a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty typical of everybody just kind of figuring out what play styles they're going up against, what minor adjustments they may have to make. But at a minimum, we see right now in front of that blue net there, the dangerous territory for St. Bernard beginning to push outward here now across midfield. Of course, needing to re-up on that boost. Only one left in the tank. And boost management's another one of those things that's equally as important during the gameplay.
Yeah, I think something that often gets overlooked because we see the people at the highest level, it just becomes so second nature, but especially when you're first figuring things out, the rotations, if you start being just a step too slow, or, some people will go to the sky to make a play and have none in the tank, that can really throw things off. But it's going to be gutsy advice here over towards the corner, trying to get over the defense. That's just going to be able to at least send it towards the net, but not able to be followed up by California area. Mr. Giggle, one touch there off the side wall. I thought was going to be able to find a second touch. Instead, though, it's actually St. Bernard gets their clear, blocked by their teammate. They got to find some way to get this release. And there it is. We got, oh,
Ooh, you nailed it. There it is indeed. A nice chip shot from a distance. We'll take another look at it here. We see the defense kind of on the back pedal. Unfortunately, just not able to get back in time. Cracked going up for it, but doesn't connect. And St. Bernard, will have a 1-0 lead.
yeah, it takes 90 seconds here for them to get there first, and we'll see how long it takes for us to see our second of the game. Maybe now that we've seen both teams be able to at least figure one another out, start seeing the offense starting to get a little bit more aggressive. We can see Gutsy at least taking to the sky, feeling the confidence. Tech going to follow this thing up, tries to get the touch. Hats does a good job as far as the 50, moving it forward. On Crack gets a touch here as well. It is a wide open net, but the ball still pretty well stuck right along that back wall. Gutsy does a good job of sending it towards the corner.
Yeah, Gutsy just keeping it away from that net. You never want to go back across midfield if you don't have to. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. The bump is there and nearly gets a breakaway goal, but I'm Cracked comes down with a demo. The car parts flying everywhere. The counter opportunity attack is there, but again, a lot of booming back and forth here between these two teams as they look to figure each other out.
I'm Cracked is able to avoid the demo. It isn't able to avoid the bump. Able to keep the control, though. Was looking for the back pass to Mr. Giggle. Unfortunately, unable to farm it there and get the control. Luckily, though, they are able to avoid as far as the screaming incoming defender who is trying to get a shot on it. It is end up being demo, which does mean that they flip the pitch. And now it's California area, slowly keeping the control. It's interesting to see that both teams have kind of been able to move the ball and kind of spend a little bit of time in the other team's opposition half. But we've only seen one shot so far, Hot Sauce.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams playing very good defense and kind of fighting for possession of this ball. And as you said, I mean, they're doing a good job at moments when they're controlling that on the opposing side of the field. But Again, both of these teams finding a way to keep the ball out of their net. A couple demos coming our way as well. And Gutsy will find the booming cleared. Still 1-0 as we get a little bit closer to that 90-second mark.
You can see the time continuing to dwindle down. I'm cracked to try and see if they can flip this ball, and Zed leaves it off for Hashes, and they're going to be moving this thing past the midfield line. We're now about at that 90-second mark that you were talking about. St. Bernard going to at least get the save right in front of the net, as we do see Hashes off the corner, off to I'm cracked, but that shot's going to sail just a tad bit wide.
A tad bit wide now off the ceiling. Gutsy looking to showcase a little bit of that aerial control, that mechanical ability as this one does go to the wayside. Cracked into the corner of the pass, looking to pass to himself. Oh my! They nearly missed that one, but in the end, the second, the third chance opportunities are there, and Mr. Giggles able to put it away. Now all tied up 1-1.
Yeah, I like Mr. Giggles' patience, right? Kind of waits for this, like the Red Sea to part there, just kind of finds their way straight on in and bangs that one home. And now with about 70 seconds left, we're all tied up. St. Bernard moving the ball forward, leaving a nice little center off the backboard. That should get, it doesn't get banged home, and it's going to be a save here from Hashes.
Absolutely unreal. That ball was so close to breaking the plane, and we saw a partial of it in there, but unfortunately can't quite finish it off, and still tied 1-1. You couldn't ask for a closer game one in this series, Q.
Yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for, is a nice tight matchup. A missed opportunity there. Crack's going to take the cookies, sends it home, and California area now with 2 in a row and going to be up by 1.
Yeah, just like that, California able to answer back here. Just 38 seconds on the clock. And some people say the 10, the 20-second rule. I like to say at least the 30-second rule. It gives you plenty of time to set up some good passing plays downfield, find those bumps or those demos maybe in the back of the net. But certainly St. Bernard looking to do that here. They need one more to send this into overtime.
This is a wide open net opportunity if you had your third up. Unfortunately, looks like kind of committing more to the defensive third rotation. A couple of whiffs here, a couple of fakes in California area. Now going to have their third, and with a second goal now extended, it feels like California area looking to take game one.
Yeah, just one of those things that, you know, when you're that opposing team, you have to kind of cheat a little far forward. There's not much time on the clock. You're hungry for that goal, but it does open up that backfield a little bit. California area able to take advantage of that, so they should be able to secure this one here. 3-1, 10 seconds left on the clock as St. Bernard looks to travel down the field here. Gutsy up into the air, a nice shot as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite connect, but looks like California will take game number 1 here.
Even once the ball touched the ground. Oh, getting one for the road, maybe? Ooh. No, instead off the sidebar. And as you had mentioned, Hot Sauce, California area taking game number 1. Even after we saw St. Bernard able to be the first one to find the net, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, they were the first to score there off rip, and you know, we saw California able to battle back. We saw a lot of great moments from Gutsy and crew as well, getting up into the air, attacking the ball. Unfortunately, that one just got a little out of hand at the end. The scoreline maybe not as close as it actually was throughout the game there, but has Chet's. Is that supposed to be like has Chets? Maybe he's going to turn these Chets on real quick.
I'm not sure. I was trying to figure out the right pronunciation for it, but man, look at St. Bernard going to be able to drill one home from deep, just being able to send this thing towards the net. One lucky bounce on in. That's another quick goal for St. Bernard.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly what you want if you're St. Bernard. You just came out, you had a close game, but a tough loss in game 1, so you come out within the first 6 seconds, able to find the goal, but Mr. Giggles in the other direction. TEC is going to have to step up here and does, finds the stop. The battle here in front of the net continues, though, has to be careful, nearly bumped away. Gutsy will find the clear, but not quite out of danger just yet. It's cracked. Looks to find the booming clear in the other direction. Can't quite get enough mustard on that one, though. And now in front of the net, they're battling it out here once more. Up into the air. Will it fall? And it's all 3 players here kind of coagulating together from California, but it doesn't come back to haunt them this time.
Not quite yet here, but they do need to make sure they can get back here on a defense on that St. Bernard side. Want to make sure that you can lock things down because you got yourself an early lead, similar to the way that you saw in game number 1. But you would really like to take game number 2 here. Go to that rubber match all tied up, but it's going to be I'm cracked with the steal. Going to try and chase this thing down. I think got that big boost in the corner, trying to make sure that they're controlling the amount of gas in the tank. But the ball is still going to be able to advance upfield here by Gutsy advice.
Yeah, Gutsy find the advancement and the demo as well. Not ready to be done just yet, but cracked with a booming clear the other direction. Looking to play it off the back wall here, but has a defender waiting patiently up and around the ball. A bit of a double commit. It looks like St. Bernard kind of fighting for it amongst their own players. They got to work on that a little bit. Team communication. Never want to be fighting your own teammate for that ball. Tech looking to come in, take it away, and does. But now in front of the net, a wide open shot, not able to get there in time. This one's going to be a little wide and to the right.
Let's say as the ball is still floating pretty well in front of the net, you need to get this thing sent aside, and we're going to see St. Bernard's going to be able to do just that. Gutsy now looking to feel this thing off the side wall. Instead, it's going to be a quick fake left off for Teco. Has Chet's going to give you one punch up here for Gutsy, who I think was looking for a center, and it's going to be Teco who does get the control, but not enough speed behind him to be able to really send that thing home.
Yeah, down there really giving it all their effort. Has to be careful, though. They have the lead at the moment. It's their game to win, so to speak, as Gutsy up under the sidewall, looking to traverse down the field here, and does. Potential pass across midfield, maybe looking to lay it up for himself.
Ooh.
Goes for the fake, and St. Bernard 0-2 nearly snatches another goal away, and now the counterattack coming in. Chet's has an opportunity, but Gutsy not only finds the save, but the clear as well.
Then you can see Gutsy saw the counter and countered the counter. Got the ball down here on this side of the field. It's going to be a shot on a target from Teco, and it's going to be St. Bernard now up by 2.
Up by 2. Again, this is what you want, especially after going down game 1 in this best of 5. You're able to come out. You're finding these answers. Have 2 up at that halfway point. But again, you have to continue to play your game. As we know, consistency is key for that full 5 minutes. So they're going to have to tough it out here for this next 2:25 if they want to come out on top.
Mr. Giggle here going to follow it up and try and see if they can get a little bit of havoc created in the front of the net. But Teco says, nah, we'll send things this way. St. Bernard continue pushing the ball up the field. Mr. Giggle going to be able to at least get the clear towards the midfield line. And now it's going to be a quick 50. You got a whole bunch of people up here on this side of the ball. And it's going to be I'm cracked, pushing it past each and every one of them. That's going to be the first goal of the game for California area.
Yeah, and this is where it starts to get dangerous. I feel like once this California area can find a goal, that's where they really start to ignite things. We saw in that previous series, they were actually down 1-0 in that as well. And then they were able to come back 3-1. So 3 unanswered goals, but Tech has other plans. A near goal off the kickoff, flying high and dry in front of the net. Gutsy looking for the angle. A nice touch. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite fall into the back of the net. And it looks like California area will come out unscathed.
Man, and I'm sure that's one of those where they are happy that that did not go in. A little bit of a missed opportunity off the kickoff, a little bit of a missed flip. Oh, and another missed opportunity is Gutsy going to have a wide open field, but that goes wide right now. Going to have to try and rise up, see if they can keep the control down here for St. Bernard, because right now everyone pushed up in a similar sort of fashion. The counterattack could be wide open. Mr. Giggles tries to hunt this thing down, but it slows down too much. I'm cracked, though, coming from behind and punches it home.
Yeah, you got to be careful about putting it back in front of your net. Gutsy tries to find the stop. Unfortunately, it goes right in front of the net. Cracked will crack it on into the back of the net. And here we are all tied up 2-2 with 1:22 on the clock.
And this has got to be so frustrating on that St. Bernard side, where once again you get the lead and all of a sudden you're looking at things being tied up here late and the pressure being on. Because if we do see this California area squad score once more and give themselves the lead and even take game 2, they're on series point, with this only being the best of 5. Hachette's going to be able to move the ball up, also gets the bump as well. But it's Mr. Giggles that is committed to that defensive side, leaving it to the duo up in the front field, making it harder for them to advance the ball.
Yeah, I understand some teams like that specific defender back there, but when you've been excelling by sending everybody up, keeping that third man at that midfield when you're on the other side of the field, it's been working for you. You found a couple goals in succession. So I hate to see you fall away from something that has been working. I like to see him kind of stick with that aggressive play style, those bumps, those demos, going after the ball, not giving too much retail or too much space up in the air as well. But right now they're fighting in front of the net. St. Bernard has to keep it out, and a near shot, a near goal, but it's a hair wide and to the right.
There it is, though, still down here on the St. Bernard side, looking for the clear, but instead moves it towards the middle of the field where it's oh so dangerous. And Now able to send it aside. Rising up to the sky here is St. Bernard 0-2. Not going to be able to maintain the control. Now it's an open field, though. If they can get in front of it, I'm cracked. I think actually ends up hitting it away from a teammate who had the angle, but has Shets. It's going to be right in front of the net. Leaves it all for Mr. Giggles. And a last second goal gets California area game number 2.
Let me just pick my jaw up off the floor real quick. I am completely flabbergasted. No time left on the clock, and California area just comes to snatch it out of thin air. What an insane game. And that's why California is so dangerous. They can be down 2-0 with less than 2 minutes to go. But once they find that first goal, the spark that just gets ignited, it turns into this monster's flame, and they just continue to push forward.
Cracked indeed. They're able to find the score right as the buzzer has sounded. And man, able to keep that thing from hitting the ground. You see how close that was off the hood, and instead finding the back of the lace. And now it's going to be California area 1 game away from wrapping this thing up in a sweep. Over on the other side, on that blue half of the pitch, they're looking to see if they can start some momentum going on their side. Let's run it back and start things at 0.
Yeah, I will say California area is one of those teams that's been a staple of TEC since I think for as long as I've been here, so quite some time. But St. Bernard is one of these brand new schools, their first season on. So both of these games have been insanely close. They definitely have the talent and the skill to take these dubs. But it's great to see them playing so well in their first season.
And it's going to be Chets here, going to leave it off the backboard, bumping the homie crack, be like, hey, I need you at midfield real quick so you can move yourself back down and towards the net. And it's going to be sent aside from St. Bernard 0-2. They got to look for some way to find the clear. Need a little bit of communication. You got 2 committed up here for California area. Spacing being oh so important, but Mr. Giggle doing a good job intercepting this thing before it even gets to the midfield line. Has Chets 1 touch to at least send it up the field. No one there to continue advancing the ball, though.
And no one there for that extra little help just yet. Has Chet's up into the air, but can't quite connect. His cracked. Will find a touch, but at midfield, met by Gutsy. Off the sidewall, the push continuing. Looking for the double tap. Not quite there as Giggles for the counter. But St. Bernard looking to find the stop and keep the drive alive. Cracked over the head, though, pushing toward the goal. 1 defender to beat. The bounce is there, and they can't quite get up in time. Cracked finds another one to start off California area. And Q, I think this is the first game where California starts with the first goal as well.
Yeah, but does that mean that the script flips here and it's going to be St. Bernard who would be able to turn the page and then in turn come back and force a game number 4? Only time will tell. Luckily for them, they have plenty of time still left on the clock with 3 minutes and 40 seconds. You do have to be worried just a little bit. We know that once California area does find the back of the net, they tend to start finding it more and more. Ball left up in the air. I'm cracked trying to chase it down. Not going to be able to drill it home.
Not able to drill it home just yet. Has Chess circling around, looking for a second chance opportunity. The boom into the corner. The defense will get there, but a bit of a double commit as they push together. It won't quite haunt them this time. Cars being smashed around here at midfield. A demo will come in the way of St. Bernard as well. And now Giggles looking to take this away. They will collect the boost here for St. Bernard, though. And again, hopefully maybe looking to starve the other team away from their boost. But right now, it is all California knocking at the net, looking for another opportunity to go up by 2. But St. Bernard looks to find the clear and possibly counterattack opportunity.
Guts is going to rise up here, maybe get the control, get the touch, able to do it, but Mr. Giggles going to be right there for the save. Now looking for the clear here in the corner. I'm cracked, going to be able to follow things up with a second touch. Looking for a third, going to be able to send it off the wall. A nice pass, setting up Mr. Giggles, looking for the shot, but it sails high. Still another opportunity off the rebound, but Gutsy sends it back upfield.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams so evenly matched. It's been a lot of fun to watch. These games have been incredibly close as Gutsy fires a shot and Giggles will find the save there. Now a bit of back and forth here at midfield. The ball popped high and dry. And this one will float to the ground as they look to settle it down. St. Bernard up off the sidewall. Can't get the touch they need. Giggles pops over the head of one. Now no defenders in the backfield. A wide open net. Chess has to take their time. Unfortunately, the ball gets a little away from the car. And now in front of the net, a dangerous zone. But somehow St. Bernard dodges a bullet and a goal.
Yeah, Gutsy doing a good job there. Follows it up to half field as well, but the problem now, everyone caught with themselves past that midfield line. Oh, but it doesn't matter as Tech launches the shot onto target. I was about to say they could be susceptible to a counterattack Here it is coming in from Has Chets, though. Pushes it in from Steph Curry range, doing Steph Curry things as Has Chets going to find the back of the net.
Yeah, just a beautiful job. And again, we see just a little bit of a breakdown in these basic fundamentals from St. Bernard. Some of these rotations, that third man it seems like maybe cheating a little too far forward at times here. So wanting to play that midfield, wanting to always be circling back toward that far post. And it does come with communication and over time as well. It takes a little time to build that team chemistry, that team synergy. So we'll look to see as they grow throughout the regular season. Has already been putting in some great work here, but now just 80 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to find 2 goals if they want to reel this one back in.
Yeah, and it's hard here with now 75 seconds left, unless maybe you find one here. Gutsy from distance, bang, and it cuts this lead in half.
Gutsy looking nutsy out here. And I was going to say this earlier, is honestly, for me, Gutsy is the standout player here. Yeah, they haven't won a game yet in this series, but Gutsy is one of these players that we've seen time and time again, has the ability to go way up to the ceiling, has great aerial control, and is really just putting in some great work. Unfortunately, just not coming out on top yet today.
Bump there, open things up, and it was a team bump. Luckily, though, that's going to be a threat that does end up gets boarded. Luckily, a missed opportunity, technically over the side of California area, but for St. Bernard, still got to find some way to put this one in. I thought was going to get the angle off the side wall there. Doesn't quite get it. They do still have to control the ball down on this side of the field. Teco trying to turn this thing around. Touches it, at least gets a little bit of progress going. Gutsy with a touch here as well. Launches the shot, but that one's going to sail high.
Yeah, just a little bit too high and over the net. St. Bernard looking to rush in here as well. Has expired all of the boost, though. Now Gutsy on the back pedal. Tech, a near own goal. It's going to be wide and to the right, but this opens up opportunities here for California area. St. Bernard able to thwart it away to the sidewall here as the ball is still floating up. We see Gutsy looking for that touch. We'll get a little way. Gutsy out of boost as well. He's going to have to collect these nickels and dimes as corner will respawn here. Just 8 seconds on the clock. They need to find one more goal if they want to keep the dream alive, but it looks like California area will rest 3-0 in this series. But all of these games, Q, were incredibly close.
Yeah, all of the games were really close indeed, Hot Sauce. One of those where the sweep doesn't necessarily tell the story, but for California area, just a little smoother around the edges. I do feel like though the St. Bernard has some things that they'll be able to take away from this game because they were literally right there.
Yeah, I mean, Gutsy has a plethora of talent as well, just continuously able to go up and get up in the air for that ball. We saw the aerial control as well. But again, California area, one of those schools that's been around for a while. They probably have a little bit better team synergy. They've been playing together for maybe a little bit longer. But I think St. Bernard is going to be one of these dangerous teams as time progresses. They're continuously getting better, and it's going to be fun to watch their growth throughout the regular season.
Yeah, they've been showing at least that on the early part here that progression is something that they are very much a fan of. They're chasing down, they're falling in love with the progress, or the process, you know what I mean? But that is going to do it as far as our first matchup. Next up, though, we do have Blacklick Valley Middle School versus St. Sebastian Regional going to be coming up here next. So make sure you don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
lot more Rocket League action for you today. Still in the booth with me, the legend Q. What are we thinking here about game number 2? Blacklick Valley taking on St. Sebastian.
I'll tell you what, I'm thinking both of these teams have already got to see themselves a little bit of action this year and kind of seen a little bit of both sides of the coin. So they've had some things to be able to take home, get in the lab, put some work in, and I'm gonna be excited to see what they've learned thus far. I feel like we got to at least see Saint Sebastian here while we were waiting for Blacklick Valley, kind of get out on the pitch and have some fun driving around. Maybe that
Mhm.
little bit of extra time warming up might be something to help them out, or maybe it's something where you get in the wrong mind state before the game, thinking that you're playing against no one. Blacklick Valley comes out here and runs things over. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, and even though we're in week 3, I don't think either of these teams have been able to play a game yet. I was looking on the standings chart, and it looks like both of these teams are 0-0, unless maybe something wasn't quite updated yet. But so, it'll be fun to see how both of these teams go out and fare against each other. Blacklick Valley has been here for a couple seasons. St. Sebastian, another one of these brand new schools here. So we're definitely happy to have them over here at TEC.
Yeah, I was noticing the percentages were looking kind of weird. I wasn't sure if that was an difference. I didn't have time to go through and look. But you mentioned, we're kind of now what, week 3?
Hmm.
Maybe just kind of problems with the schedule here, but it looks like they are about ready to get in here and start running things around. If it is the first one for the season, I mean, let's see which one of these teams can kind of really get themselves out to the right foot, and really kind of get their season jump started here.
Yeah, Blacklick has been part of TEC, so I'm sure they're wanting that dub. But St. Sebastian, another one of these new schools, and we've seen so many new additions, so many new wonderful additions to TEC, and who have been playing incredibly, incredibly well. Even game one, the first game in the high school series, we saw a brand new school almost knock off the former champions. So there's just been a lot of new talent. It's been a lot of fun, and now that we have all these new middle schools as well, it's going to be fun as time goes on to watch them progress, to watch them grow, to watch them come onto the high school scene and continue, that progress forward as well. So, really, really excited for the opportunities that these young students have.
Well, we've gotten to see a couple new schools kind of enter the scene this year, but I don't know if you've heard the word on the streets, but we're going to have a
Mhm.
whole bunch of new schools coming in here pretty soon. So it should be a lot of fun. But looks like we've got our 6 players out on the pitch. Let's go ahead and get down and do what it do. Game number 1 of series number 2, as it looks like Blacklick Valley going to be moving in and get some control of the ball here first.
Yeah, looking to already assert the dominance down here. You can see him in that red territory on St. Sebastian's side as they look to make some progress, look to chip away at the net. A couple good defensive stops thus far from St. Sebastian as we see him resting near that far post, wanting to make that pressure out. Does get bumped into by his teammate. Has to be careful there on that team communication, but a good breakaway opportunity here. The defense will find the save, however.
Pickle Chips now going to try and flip the script, but St. Sebastian 8 able to get the control off the sidewall. Now moving towards the goal. Adrian over, but it's going to be Pickle Chips getting the control. Oh my goodness. Able to break some axles. Not able to get the control of things, but it's going to be Caden sending things across the net, but no one able to drill the ball home.
Yeah, a bit of back and forth. And as I get ready to say it, it's actually Caden who sneaks this one in.
I like this play from Caden. It's the hustle play, right? To be able to just get back into position after being unable to get the control in the corner, turns around, sends it home. It's going to be Blacklick Valley on the board here first. Now it's going to be up to St. Sebastian to try and find some sort of response.
Yeah, a quick early goal. It's always nice to get that early lead, but one is not enough of a cushion to have some breathing room. You need to pad those in there to give yourself that little bit of extra cushion. But St. Sebastian has other plans, driving down the field nicely here. This one does get taken away off the sidewall. The nice pass to themselves here as they begin the breakaway, a touch to the middle of the field, but the defense does find the stop as pressure is building. Caden not quite ready to be done, and Black looking to control the possession thus far.
I'm going to be moving the ball up here as Blacklick continues with that possession control. Looking for a shot from Caden. Punches that thing home. Bigger, faster, stronger. And it's now a 2-goal lead.
Bigger, faster, stronger. You can't be putting these songs in my head. I'll be singing them all day, baby. But Caden making it happen, Cap, and a nice push into the net there. Now up 2-0. A good, solid lead and a solid start, not only to game number 1, but to what could be their season, it seems.
Yeah, I think they actually had a game, I think, literally right before this, which makes me wonder if maybe
Ah.
that's why we were waiting for them to get in here, had a longer series. We'll have to see if we can figure out in the background. But you know what? Looks like maybe that other series got Caden here all warmed up. Not even 2 minutes into this game, and we've already got a hat trick.
Yeah, I think maybe that's exactly what I was gonna say. Maybe they were playing already, and because of that, they are already hot and ready to go. But again, 3 quick goals here. A little bit of a slow start. Both these teams kind of feeling each other out, but it looks like once Blacklick had scored there, they've really picked up the offensive pace. Now just one defender to beat, and look at the pass play over the wall, and Pickle Chips will dip it into the back of the net.
Yeah, Caden here says, you know what? I've gotten the first three, homie. Let me go ahead and hook a brother up. Passes that thing off the back wall, and it's now 4-0, keeping quite the pace, might I say. A goal about every 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean that's quite the pace, especially at this level as well for these middle schoolers to get out here and find ways to score in bunches. Really speaks volumes for them. We can see Elegant Mole just kind of dancing around midfield. Unfortunately, the ball will get taken away, and Caden looking to not be done, but unfortunately, that one will go to the wayside. They can't quite find the clear they need though, and now the ball floating dangerously in front of the net. They are going to be able to find the clear though.
Yeah, St. Sebastian 9 now get that big clear down to the opposite side, the Kablamo as well, to be able to get a little bit of additional space. Eliamo looking for the shot, but now it's Pickle Chips able to take the cookies, able to dunk it on home with no one to meet with any sort of resistance, and it is now 5-0.
Yeah, again, it's just a once they kind of got into the swing of things here, they felt out that first 30 seconds, but they have just been scoring goal after goal, and they really have great team synergy. We saw some selfless plays in front of the net. We saw the pass off the wall to Pickle Chips as well, who was able to capitalize. So Black League Valley playing lights out at the moment.
See Pickle Chip still trying to be a nuisance up here in the corner. Caden also tries to follow it up. St. Sebastian 8 looks for the clear. Ball's at least past the midfield line. It's going to be the whole squad from Blacklick Valley. Retreating on back. Pickle Chip's now going to be playing downfield. Gets the big boost, which gives him more momentum. One touch, looking for the center, leaving it off for Caden. Caden just a tad bit short. Now the counterattack chance for St. Sebastian.
And counter attack chance. They are in front of the net looking for an opportunity, but Pickle Chips already up onto the wall and kind of displaying some great aerial control here as well. Sometimes it's hard for these players to kind of get up and really showcase that mechanical ability at this level. I mean, I'm an old guy and I still can't do it, but certainly they are doing a great job out here on the pitch.
Looking fantastic right now. It's goal. My goodness, another demo. Now that's going to be a setup with the pass left off for Caden. And that's going to be goal number 4. Pickle Chips has their second assist of the game, and they just continue to run it up.
They continue to run up the score here now 6-0. And it just kind of boils back to this teamwork here. I mean, this team has great give and go skills. They're always looking for that pass play. They don't always need to score and really kind of setting each other up for success here. You love to see it at such a young age.
Now it's going to be Caden looking to try and get out of that defensive zone. You do have one player back moving forward and going to be able to at least send it back to that midfield line. 70 seconds here still left. And at this point for St. Sebastian, you really just want to find yourself a consolation goal, something to be able to build the momentum, build the motivation, and keep the mental feeling fine heading into game number 2. A big clear coming in. That was a wide open net opportunity, but a good job by Caden to at least pop it up. Les leaves enough time for the rest of the rest of his teammates to be able to rotate back.
Yeah, rotation is absolutely key. Those basic fundamentals of Rocket League, you really have to have down to a fine tune. A nice chip shot over the head, though, and a near goal, but Pickle Chip somehow gets back in time to find the save. And I'm not even sure how they did that.
Yeah, just the hustle play you love to see here, but they still have to find some way to get this clear for Blacklick Valley. They are still threatening down here for St. Sebastian to try and find a goal, but it's going to be a touch here, sending it back up. Adrian trying to garner the control. A couple of players from St. Sebastian bumping into one another, sending St. Sebastian 9 deep down into the territory. Not going to be able to stop that pass, and what a beautiful play it was. The 1-2 combo, Blacklick Valley up by 7.
Yeah, up by 7, putting on an absolute showcase out here as well. But again, this could be St. Sebastian's very first game of the season, as well as the first game really forever for them. They're a brand new school, so maybe just a few kinks kind of to work out. There's a little wrench thrown in the mix here, but again, back to the drawing board. The nice thing about game number 2 is the scores get reset, and we get 5 more minutes back on the clock.
Adrian's going to send him one more for the road here. Adrian saw 7 goals go across the goal line, none of which were for them. Said, you know what? let me get one here right at the end, and that's going to be a goal now for everyone, 8-0. Talk about being able to come out and really set the tone in game number one. You feel like for Blacklick Valley, if they can come out here and get even just one goal in the first 60 to 90 seconds, they'll be feeling like they can maybe even try and repeat that in game number two.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Blacklick is playing so well together. They have multiple players that have the ability to get up into the air. We saw some great give and go pass places. We see 4 assists there as well between 2 of the members. So, I feel like they're really playing at a high school level right now. It's quite incredible.
I've been enjoying watching the passing play because it is really something that we don't see very often down at the middle school level. Usually it's kind of more still trying to figure out the individual mechanics and the kind of play in the offensive zone. But the 1-2 combo from Caden and Pickle Chips, usually more so Pickle Chips to Caden, but also we saw sometimes in the inverse, really seems to be able to find its connection time and time again.
Yeah, they just have great team chemistry, and I can only imagine the team communication is just as good as Pickle Chips. We'll chip one more into the back of the net. We'll take another look at it here. The defense, unfortunately, doesn't find the stop and just gets a little too far away from the goal there. So Blacklick able to capitalize here in the first 9 seconds. You got to believe maybe some of that momentum, that confidence, not only from that first series that they played before they got here, but that last game has carried over as well.
Look, I know I said a goal in, 60 to 90 seconds, but the first 9 seconds, my goodness, now even looking to score again, that's going to be a demolition from Pickle Chips as leaves the car parts splattered across the field, but both of the teammates sitting back. It's almost like they're letting Pickle Chips 1v3. Now we do see both the players now going to push back on up, including Caden, who's going to be able to keep that thing alive. Adrian's got a wide open net, punches it home, and that's a second for Blacklick Valley.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that this Valley team plays, not only together at the school, but most likely outside of school as well from friends. They have great team chemistry. We've seen a lot of really great passing plays that you touched on just a little bit ago, and they attack the ball very, very well. The basic fundamentals, the rotations, that third man always coming up to keep that drive alive. We see right there in the background, Pickle Chips, that third man coming up to keep the ball down here on the other side of things. So really, not only are they controlling the possession of the ball, but they're controlling the field domination as well.
Talk about the magic touch there to be able to get the save, sending it the opposite way as it was right on the goal line. Pickle Chips now trying to advance it. The flick off the backboard. Adrian's coming in from the backfield to try and send it home, but just a tad bit slow. I don't think they had enough gas in the tank to be able to really hunt that thing down. But it's St. Sebastian now looking to send it home, but it's a own goal.
Ooh. I'll have to take another look. Elegant Mole gets credited for that one. You can see him on the back pedal here. And he got pool shotted into it. And then Pickle Chips, unfortunately, just looked like they knocked it in there. But that power shot actually in the corner there came off of a pool shot. It looked like Pickle Chips or someone was in the way trying to knock the ball to the wayside, and they were just smashed into it by St. Sebastian. But a series of awkward events. Nonetheless, they are able to snag a goal here and now just one away from the equalizer. But Caden has other plans.
I like this by Pickle Chips, making sure that they get the control first. Sometimes we'll see teams or players, especially at this level, that will just try and rush on in. And then when they go for the flick, they don't have any idea of where the ball is going. They're just kind of throwing it up with a hope and a prayer. Instead, that time, putting it up right where they needed to for Caden to be able to bang that thing home, re-extending their lead back to 2.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to blast those goals in there at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but at the end of the day, it's all about that control. You have to be able to bring things down. You have to set yourself up, and you really want to capitalize on front of every opportunity that's there, and that's what that control is going to give you, and you're absolutely 100% right. Usually at this level, but with the excitement going on, they try to just blast them in as quickly as they can, but really smart decision by Pickle Chips there. We saw Elegant Mole with a near breakaway goal as well. So St. Sebastian really breathing life into this team. It seems like they're starting to pick it up here as well.
Ooh, able to get the steal is number 9. Going to be able to leave it off the sidebar. And what I think was looking for Elegant Mole, who had already rotated so far forward, was screaming down the pitch. Wasn't able to make the adjustments. Now it's going to be Caden, able to get the first touch. Leaves it there up in the air. It's going to be Pickle Chips rising up. Faking. Now it's going to be Elegant Mole looking for the steal. Back over towards that midfield line, and a little bit of mistakes on either side, but I think part of it is because they're starting to feel the pressure from the opposition.
Yeah, the pressure, they've been pretty relentless thus far. St. Sebastian trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, a wide open net. Pickle Chips just kind of chilling out in the background. Says, I could cherry pick this one for free if you want, guys. And we'll take a look right here. Just really no one around. Just kind of having an easy day back there. Able to chip it in now, up by 3.
Pass it to me. I'm open. I'm upfield. And they're able to find him just like that. Nobody back to be able to find any sort of resistance. And Pickle Chips finds their second goal here. And St. Sebastian now going to be down by 3 with about 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. They've got to find some way to up the pace. They have been able to find themselves the lace at least once this game, which is a little bit different from the last series, but they've still got to find some way to up the production, because otherwise you're going to be staring down the barrel of needing that reverse sweep.
Needing the reverse sweep, and that is a tough thing to do, especially against this Blacklick team who's just been playing absolutely lights out. They have been incredibly relentless there, and looked like almost a Rule 1 between teammates there. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Oh, and what a touch here from Elegant Mole. You can see moving forward, got the flip and just bang from distance like that. Maybe that might be the catalyst, the igniter here to get St. Sebastian rolling in game number 2.
Could it be that extra spark to get him fired up here? A great shot nonetheless by Elegant Mole, but once again, Blacklick already down here in that dangerous territory. They have been absolutely relentless, not only on the press, but on the shots as well. And the firing squad looking for a second chance opportunity, but you're right. It looks like there's just 2 defenders hanging in the background, kind of giving people opportunities at these 1v3s and maybe looking to showcase some extra skills or something.
And put it on a highlight reel. We got Adrian, though, going to be able to get the big boost, controlling that just a little bit. Nice little pass over to Caden, but that's a big booming clear down towards the opposite side of the field. Pickle Chips able to hunt things down. Now going to get the control along the sidewall here. Has plenty of gas in the tank to try to make a play. Flip over 1, over the second. Gets the control back on the hood, and Pickle Chips sends it home. And that's another hat trick in game number 2.
Another hat trick indeed. Toss them out onto the field here. Pickle Chips, well deserved. Cold as ice, says the title. And certainly putting them on ice here today. 5-2, a solid lead. We've seen a lot of great life here from St. Sebastian. A lot of great key moments here, especially in this second game. So certainly making some good adjustments going forward. But again, Blacklick just playing very, very tough at the moment.
Ooh, an opportunity for Elegant Mole. Has the fast break, but Pickle Chips just a little bit faster, able to chase that thing down, get the stuff there at the rim, and now it's Pickle Chips trying to flip the field, able to send things deep down into the St. Sebastian territory. Still being a nuisance up here as well with plenty of gas in the tank. That's going to be a pass over, looking to bang, send it home in their own right, and that makes 4 for Pickle Chips, 6 for Blacklick Valley as they are now up by 4.
Yeah, again, they just play so well, and the basic fundamentals, everything is there, falling in line. They continue to execute time and time again, and if for some reason they happen to miss a shot, the teammate's always there circling in for that second or third chance opportunity. So, I mean, Blacklick just playing absolutely the way they're supposed to at the moment, and again, you almost think it's on that high school level here. So, hats off to them. They're playing very, very well today.
Yeah, I'm going to be excited to see these players as they continue playing through, the TEC career, because you talk about them having this sort of control at this level. Very exciting. 7-2 here now after that fast break opportunity that we just saw from Caden. 10 seconds left before this thing becomes officially official. 7 seconds as it goes towards the side. And I got to ask you a question here, Hot Sauce. If you're St. Sebastian, what do you feel like has to change to get things close for a dub on your side of the field?
I mean, at this point, I say, hey, we're young, we're new, we're just having fun. It's our first time in the season, our very first game of the season. It's game 3. We've already lost 2. Let's go have fun. Let's go out there and have fun. Let's get aggressive. Let's get more aggressive. Let's go up high into the air. Maybe we don't touch the ball, but at least we're trying. We're getting a little bit of that experience. So let's get extra aggressive. Let's go for stuff we normally don't go for. Let's find bumps and let's find demos. And if they beat us 15-1, so what? We got out of our comfort zone. We tried something new. We got a little bit more experience and we got a little bit better from this game.
So bringing those players from the backfield up forward a little bit, bringing more pressure, get more attempts at the ball. I like it. I love it. I'll tell you what, hot sauce, I want some more of it. But we're heading into game number 3 here. Blacklick Valley versus St. Sebastian. You mentioned it. Doesn't matter what the score was before. Score's back to 0. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get down and do what it do.
Down to do what it do. Of course, Hot Sauce and your boy Q in the booth bringing you the action here. And this is the second series. Blacklick Valley taking on St. Sebastian. Blacklick needing one final game to put it away. And Caden waste absolutely no time. I think it was 9 seconds in the previous one, just 13 this time. And whew, looking dangerous.
Yeah, and that's a tough play when you're trying to chase back and also kind of turn your head or your camera around to be able to really figure out where you got to place your car. Unfortunately for St. Sebastian, I think it was 9 who was screaming back, unable to do so. St. Sebastian 8 here, going to be looking as that thing goes off the corner post, but it's going to be pickle chips off the rebound. And then it's only 23 seconds into game number 2, and they are now, game number 3, and they're up by 2.
Yeah, and that's what I said. If you're St. Sebastian, don't worry about how ugly the score gets. Let them have 15 or 20 if they want, but just go out there, go after the ball, get up into the air, get aggressive, find those demos, and just have fun so that you can work on just getting better here, work on some of those fundamentals, work on if you are on those rotations, make sure you're always going to that far post and working back in. But, sometimes it's always easier said than done up here in the caster booth. At a minimum, just make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? There is indeed an L in learning. Sometimes you got to take those beatings to really be able to come out on top and figure out how you got to fix your game, what you got to do once you get back in the lab. And you mentioned this being a younger team here. They are playing a squad that's been around that has a little bit of season to them. And not only just the players, but also the program as well, understanding what it takes to, be able to cater and develop the talent as well. And that's something that also takes some time within the programs here. But first minute gone by, they have been able to only find the back, or they've been only able to hold this team, I should say. I was going to say twice. Naturally, as soon as I start talking about it, a third goal comes across the goal line for Blacklick Valley.
Yeah, and something that Llama and I know others have often talked about as well, Q, is there, especially at this level, there really is no losing. There is winning
Right.
and there is learning. And certainly that's all we hope to do here. Go forward, watch some VOD review, look at some things that might have went wrong and what we could have done differently to make sure that that doesn't happen, next time. So VOD review goes a long way, and not by yourself, but as a team as well. Like I said, we've seen some really great moments from St. Sebastian. It's just some minor mistakes here and there, and a great team like Blacklick Valley is going to make you pay. They're going to capitalize on those mistakes and those opportunities in front of them. So again, St. Sebastian's still playing very, very well. They just have a tough opponent here today.
Yeah, I do feel like we've seen them even just be able to make some adjustments over the course of the first couple of games here,
Mm.
right? So obviously have the ability to adapt, but unfortunately, just one of those, just a difference in experience out on the pitch. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. A nice flick here from Caden, getting a little over anxious here was Adrian, sends that up into the top post. And you know what? 3 goals allowed in just 2 minutes. Definitely loving to see the increase in the defensive pressure from St. Sebastian.
Yeah, the increase in pressure is exactly what I want to see. I love those aggressive plays, and you can't have it if you don't at least try. So get out there and just go for it, which is kind of what we're seeing. We see 2 forward here, Elegant Mole being one of them. Unfortunately, unable to get up high enough, but there's that second chance opportunity. There's that help from that other Sebastian player as well. So it's nice to see them pressing forward, and at least attempting to go for it. This is exactly what we want for them. They're only going to continue to grow, and they're only going to continue to get better.
Oh, Pickle Chips looking for the kill shot there to drill it to the back of the lace, but couldn't quite find the connection. Here's Elegant Mole trying to move this ball quickly up the field, and it's going to be St. Sebastian here, going to drill it home, number 9. That's going to be their first goal in game number 3.
Yeah, let's go. Absolutely love to see it. We see him pressuring forward, not being afraid here, and just Sebastian 9 feeling fine up over the top to drop it into the back of the net with no regrets. Now 2 away from tying it up. And again, this is just something that could breathe life into the team. It gets you excited. It builds that confidence. And the next thing you know, you might score another goal. Now you're only 1 down from that equalizer. So love to see St. Sebastian out here fighting tooth and nail until the very end.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is just one to kind of start that snowball effect. And we are going to see, as far as the defensive end, able to get a rather quick visit from the opposition, from Black Lake Valley down in their half. It's going to be St. Sebastian trying to chase this thing down, try and move this ball up the field, but Elegant Mole not able to maintain the control. Now it's going to be Caden actually moving the ball up and forward. It's going to be right in front of the net, and it's going to be Adrian to send it home.
Adrian Rito does it yet again here with 1:28 on the clock. Great patience being shown here. And, unfortunately, we see St. Sebastian trying to find that stop. This is one of those situations where, yeah, maybe the ball does go by you. So St. Sebastian can't touch the ball, but they could just drive straight out and knock Adrian out of that positioning there. So those are some things to think about when you're kind of playing in that net as well.
And 18 seconds here left in our game as we do see Elegant Mole looking to try and move this ball on up. Game number 3, 70 seconds, and St. Sebastian looking to see if they can maybe find just one more, but now they got to try and stop the offense from Pickle Chip. Pass off to Caden. That sails wide.
Yeah, sails just a little wide from the Pickle Chip there. Now back across midfield, a wide open net. Just has to keep calm and keep that poise, and that's exactly what an Elegant Mole would do. Nice and easy. Walk it on in. Now down by 2.
The control and the poise, able to find number 2 here for Elegant Mole. Just a little bit more momentum for the squad, and let's see if maybe, just maybe, I mean, there's still plenty of time. There's 50 seconds still left. You can find the back of the lace twice. Starts with just one more, though.
Absolutely, one goal at a time. I mean, again, we've seen so much progress just in this series alone over these 3 games from St. Sebastian. So, I mean, overall, I'm really happy with the progress they've made just in these 3 games. Being able to see what's going on, to react, to adapt to the situation, and maybe change that play style up a little bit. Unfortunately, they bump into each other, and Pickle Chips will take full advantage.
Pickle Chips taking advantage, and another one. It's the hat hitting the field once more. The hat trick here for Black Lake Valley. And man, Pickle Chips really putting on a performance over the course of our 3 games here. With 28 seconds left, it's going to be a kickoff where Elegant Mole able to win things. Now going to try and chase it down, but the defense out of nowhere with the save.
Yeah, a very close kickoff goal that almost happened, and a bit of a double and triple commit here from Black Lake Valley. Unfortunately, St. Sebastian not able to capitalize. You see Elegant Mole down here trying to throw a wrench in the mix. Willpower across. Nice pass to midfield. Unfortunately, nobody there to quite help out. St. Sebastian 9 in the goal will find a nice defensive stop here as well. The ball will tuck into the corner, and Black Lake Valley will take the dub here today in this best of 5. But again, a really great showing from St. Sebastian. We saw a lot of improvement just over these 3 games. So really looking forward to seeing how much they grow throughout the regular season as well.
Yeah, and we talked about how this is kind of one of their first, series as far as within the split here for them too. So, an early sort of learning experience. But this Black Lake Valley squad, man, they look quite impressive. Hot sauce. I've as much as I want to see the development from St. Sebastian, we can say the same thing for sure about Black Lake Valley, because for a middle school squad, man, what a show.
Yeah, I mean, we cast so much high school stuff. I had to keep reminding myself that this
Yeah.
is middle school. I mean, they have a plethora of talent out there. So it's going to be fun, to not only watch them grow throughout the season, but as they progress into high school, as they look toward that collegiate scene, so many wonderful scholarship opportunities and things like that as well. So it's great to see. I couldn't even believe that was a Division II team as well. That's supposed to be
True.
D2 down there. But, with that being said, Q, we do have to take a short break. Grab those snacks, grab those drinks, but don't go too far. When we come back, we're actually going to switch over to the high school action, and we'll have Westmont Hilltop taking on Penn Trafford right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tech Series Week 3/Week 4, technically now, as we are going to drop down to a Division II high school game, a little makeup game. Westmont Hilltop, 2-1 on the season, taking on Penn Trafford, who is also 2-1. We're going to get right into it, Q, and as we do, punt cakes off the punt here, 1 second off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, just able to get to that kickoff there. Lloyd Boy, unfortunately, not able to get a nose onto it in 1 second. That is, well, obviously, you can't get any quicker than that. That's a first for me, though.
Yeah, it's not very often that you see that Pun Cake's able to come out, find that first one, and Penn Trafford has been playing very well all year. I think Extrencia we saw step up in the D1 team last week as well and performed very, very well, or earlier this week, excuse me. So, should be able to shine here in D2, but time will tell. It's actually Westmont Hilltop who strikes first.
Westmont Hilltop, you mentioned how they're sitting at the 2-1. They're both of these teams, also their game differential, sitting pretty well, right about the same. 3 for Westmont Hilltop. It looks like 4 as far as on the opposite side of the pitch, as far as for Penn Trafford here. So these two teams pretty well contested, be neck and neck, and we've kind of seen kind of the same sort of thing out on the pitch here for these first 45 seconds. We take away that first early goal. Now Lloyd Boy going to make up for it with a nice one here on the opposite side of the field, as we're all tied up at 1.
Yeah, great play here by Extrencia, just passing right across the middle, and Lloyd coming in, threading the needle between the defender and the post, able to sneak it in. So back and forth already. We could have a high-scoring game here, Q.
Yeah, I mean, you see 2 goals right up off the rip like that. You know, both teams coming out swinging. Lloyd Boy from distance, and was also in position for the 2-tap if it was needed.
Yeah, absolutely insane banger here from Lloyd as he comes flying across. And again, had that one hit the backboard, he was right there and waiting, but not necessary, as that one is all the way from downtown. And after being down by 1 the first second, they already found a way to be back on top. And who is Lloyd Boy? Throw the hats on the field. Absolutely nutty.
A hat trick in the opening minute. Oh boy, it's Lloyd Boy, man. Turning up here for Penn Trafford. Westmont's got to find some way to be disruptive. Got to put a body on him, a bump, a demo, something, because right now, Lloyd Boy going crazy.
Yeah, I'd be looking to demo him this round for every goal that he's scored. Be a nuisance, get in their head, take them out of their gameplay. Just find some way to slow them down a little bit, but that could be a tough task because Lloyd Boy seems to be firing on all cylinders at the moment.
Puncake's gonna rise up and at least slow down this attack. We got everybody bunched up into this corner though, so if we see a pass across the field, as we're seeing now, we're gonna slowly see a rotation of the field. A demo from Puncake should at least slow down the attack from Penn Trafford just a little bit. Yeah, they're able to send it deep into the opposition's territory, but you can see Extrencia a little slow on pushing up. Lloyd Boy back into the play here, gonna send it to the opposite corner, chasing it down. Back pass over here, looking for Sniper. Double commit there, which does mean if we see Tats or Moose get control of things, it's a wide open net, but it's gonna be Puncakes open from distance off the top post, not able to garner it off the rebound.
Almost got it on the rebound as well, just trying to orient that car into the correct position. Extrencia with a pass off the backboard. Lloyd Boy doesn't quite connect, but hey, help is on the way, and Sniper will shoot the shot straight into the back of the net, now up by 3.
And they're just playing so fast over that Penn Trafford side, man. They're being relentless with just running their lanes, moving towards the net. And when you continue to launch shots like that, you've always got someone that's playing downfield, letting the ball play from in front of them where they've got the whole side of the net to be able to work with. That's when they get those good opportunities, those good looks. Lloyd Boy looking for across the field with a nice pass, but no one there to bang it home.
Yeah, they're passing plays right now. They're spreading the field, their rotations, everything just looking absolutely on point at the moment. Moose looking to slip through the cracks, find a way to break this defense down a little bit. Unfortunately, over the head is Extrencia, now back in the other direction. This goes by Tats as well. Could spell trouble. Somehow they're able to dodge this one away.
Yeah, Sniper able to keep it alive in the offensive zone, though. Gets one touch. Lloyd Boy following it up as well. And the pressure from Penn Trafford. 7 shots thus far as we just recently crossed that midway point in game number 1. Extrencia with the bicycle kick to keep it in the zone. I'm Pele following up with a shot here as well, and Extrencia going to be able to drill it home, and Penn Trafford up 5-1.
Pele getting the payday out here, baby. And honestly, that bicycle kick was crazy, though, because you don't really see that much distance on a bicycle kick. They got up into the air to find that one, to continue that drive, and then to find a way to capitalize on top of that just speaks volumes right now for Penn Trafford, who is just playing absolutely lights out.
Trencia's going to gather this ball off the backboard. Now a second touch sends it to the middle of the field. Lloyd Boy screaming up the pitch to be able to try and find the shot, but sent now back by Westmont Hilltop. Extrencia, though, able to field it right around the top of the pitch. Pass up to Lloyd Boy with the shot, and Lloyd Boy now has 4, and Penn Trafford is 6 compared to Westmont's 1.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford's Division II team looks as good as their Division I team. I mean, just absolutely nutty out here. And you've got Lloyd Boy just flying from anywhere. Now 4 goals on 5 shots as they continue to piece them up. Extrinsia will win the kickoff, but it does go to the wayside. They should be able to find the clear here. Unfortunately, they don't get as much power on that as they'd like. Lloyd Boy looking for another opportunity to flip reset, not quite there, but now a counter opportunity here for Pancakes.
And you can see also X Moose following up behind him, trying to get the shot on the target, but not going to be able to find it. Sale's just a tad bit wide. They have been able to keep the pressure down in the offensive zone. Moose trying to rise up, the pass across, but both of the teammates already committed to the rotation back to the defense. A pinch here by Lloyd, sends it up the field. You can see this is where Penn Trafford has found that magic. They can keep the ball kind of playing from downfield. Their rotations, as you had mentioned, being on point, but now it's Moose trying to flip the field.
Moose trying to flip the field and flip the script. Unfortunately, it looks like it's Penn Trafford's about to dip in the whip across field, carrying this one down now into the corner, looking for another opportunity around the horn in front of the net, and who else? It's Lloyd Boy to capitalize.
That's a 5th one. Hopefully you got your bag packed as well, because we're going to Brazil here for game number 1. You had mentioned how Penn Trafford's D1 team looking so good. Pretty sure we're going to be seeing them on our Power 5 rankings for next week, but we're going to have to wait and see as far as that. But this D2 team, gotta say, man, turning up the heat as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing almost near perfect here. The rotations have been on point. The team communication, just the pass plays, the give and goes, the shots on target, really the whole crew just playing to a T at the moment. But have to continue to do that, not just for the first game, but for every game of the series, that full 5 minutes. And look at Pancakes and Moose stringing together a beautiful give and go here.
And this is big. This is something we talked about in those first 2 series, Hot Sauce. In game number 1, if you're taking a little bit of a beat down, if you can get yourself a little bit of a building point towards the end of game number 2, that second goal that we saw right there, maybe that could be it. You mentioned the connection from Pancakes and Moose. Maybe even they can find once more in the closing 20 seconds, really kind of be able to build things up. But instead, you're seeing Penn Trafford. They will not stop playing until the final whistle blows.
Yeah, but again, you're right. At least you're able to kind of steal a goal here at the end, maybe build some of that confidence, that momentum heading into that next one, because you had a goal at 1 second and then you really didn't score again until those last 10 seconds. So maybe, breathing a little bit life back into the team, starting that spark again here as we head into game number 2.
Penn Trafford, man, talk about really being able to come out and seize the control. We're talking about 12 shots as opposed to the 4 from Westmont, tripling the amount of attempts on the net there, and it pretty well reflects the scoreboard there as well. A little bit more than triple the amount of goals as well. So for Penn Trafford, if they can just continue dictating the pace, it seems like they're well on their way to another dub here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we look at the shot column there. You can see they put a ton of shots in, but Extrencia had 5 assists and a goal as well. So really a 100% goal participation, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, the teamwork, it seems, between Extrencia and Lloyd Boy is just absolutely insane.
The teamwork, the passing plays. You can definitely tell this Penn Trafford squad has learned a thing or two from their D1 squad. So it'd be interesting to see as far as for Westmont. Have they found the adjustments? It seemed like they're towards the end. Maybe we're starting to find a little bit of progress on the offensive end, but they do need a bit of a adjustment on the defensive end here as well. Hopefully the 60 seconds between our 2 games has allowed them to do just that.
Yeah, I'd like to see, Tats and some of the other members get a little bit more involved. We saw Pancake scoring a couple of those, getting down the field. We saw Moose assisting in a little bit, but I felt like they kind of had Tats rested in that goalie position. So a lot of times there were some 2v3s upfield. So don't be afraid to cheat forward a little bit, at least to that midfield. Look to keep that ball down on the opposing territory if possible.
Here it is off early. It's going to be the squad from Penn Trafford. They win the kickoff, and it was 1 second it took for us to see a first goal. This time, it's Penn Trafford scoring in just 9 seconds.
Yep, Sniper waiting patiently out there in the middle of the field. I'm not sure if he was hiding in a bush, but nonetheless able to sneak up and find that goal here. 1-0. But, we talked about how maybe they flipped the script here. It was Penn Trafford, or excuse me, Westmont who scored first last time, and then Penn Trafford able to turn and burn. So maybe they can kind of do the same thing here. But unfortunately, Penn Trafford has come to play.
Yeah, Sniper finding their second here in 23 seconds. And I think Sniper wanting to try and see if they can kind of run things up similar to the way that we saw in game number 1. This Penn Trafford squad truly has shown up to play. It's going to be up to Westmont Hilltop to find some way to pump the brakes here.
Yeah, again, and I think it starts with the aggression. The more aggressive team tends to do better, in my opinion, whether you're going up to attack the ball, whether you're finding those bumps or demos, but you've got to get in the face of your opponent. You can't allow them to have shot after shot like this, because Lloyd Boy, it's only a matter of time before they capitalize.
Able to hit them with the raindrop, drop top, something about a flip-flop. It's going to be 3 goals here for Penn Trafford. Westmont Hilltop. I didn't even mean to do that one. You're going to have to find some way to pull off a real turnaround here, because it's been 30 seconds and the defense has been nowhere to be found.
Yeah, unfortunately, Penn Trafford just firing on all cylinders, absolutely having a field day. And who else but Lloyd Boy 6000?
And we saw Sniper get the first 2. Lloyd Boy gets the next 2. Anything you can do, I can do better, as Lloyd Boy drills one home as well. And look at this pace, 43 seconds in. We're at a goal almost every 11, 12 seconds or so.
Yeah, I mean, right now I feel like Lloyd Boy and Sniper are just in a race to see who will get that hat trick first. Extrinsia off the backboard. The defense, though, kind of flying high into the wayside. An opportunity potentially for Westmont will be thwarted away by the demo. A long shot, and okay, they're just getting fancy with it here. And, it's a nice setup, though. A nice setup. Lloyd Boy just hanging out in the background. I think that was going in anyway, but Lloyd wanted that hat trick.
Yeah, I think also Lloyd Boy says, you know what, I kind of created this on my own right with a big old demo, so I'm just going to accidentally put my car right where I didn't think the ball was going to be, so go off my hood here. 5-0 here now for Penn Trafford, and man, they are just being absolutely relentless. Talk about 5 goals on 5 shots as well, the efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, just quality shots time and time again, and really setting each other up. Yeah, we see some plays where they're just doing it by themselves, but they have that ability. We've seen Extrinsia and Lloyd Boy back and forth. We've seen Sniper and Lloyd Boy to Sniper. So everybody getting involved, all 3 of them here in front of the net attacking and just hungry for these goals. With that being said, though, all 3 of them are so far forward there. If Westmont can find some big booming clears toward the net, they could find an open goal and potentially start chip away at the lead.
Penn Trafford proving that they know how to play some Rocket League over there. I'm telling you what, their D1 squad looks good. Their D2 squad looking better here. A 5th goal from Lloyd Boy. 7 here in the opening 96 seconds. Man, they have really put on a clinic here.
Yeah, I feel like Lloyd Boy is coming for a spot on the D1 team. I mean, clearly looking like a D1 player, if not even better at the moment. So, and again, the whole crew, though, it's hard to pick just one, right? Because as we say it, there's Sniper sniping from downtown at midfield. And it's just the whole crew playing so well together. The cohesiveness here for this Penn Trafford D2 team is absolutely phenomenal to watch.
Wait, I thought it was Sniper, no sniping. Penn Trafford now going to be up by 8 here, and Sniper now getting the hat trick in their own name as well. Don't make it seem like Extrinsia isn't doing their work over on their side, though. 4 assists to be able to kind of help out the homies here as well, man. It's really been a team effort.
Yeah, I mean, 5 assists in the previous one, so back-to-back playmaker medals, which is one of the bigger medals to get. You're selfless, you're a very team-oriented player, and it just goes to show out here on the pitch. Extrinsia looking for that one, will be saved away, has a second chance opportunity off the wall, but Lloyd Boy with the angle coming in with a fierceness, and what an absolute insane shot.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man. The pass from Extrencia, Lloyd boy able to get on up and just taps it on in, puts Moose on a poster while we're at it, and it is now 9-0.
Yeah, Lloyd Boy is just playing absolutely insane. Really, the whole crew is, but just some crazy angles, some really quality shots, as you had mentioned earlier. I mean, almost every single shot they take is on goal. Has to be saved or will find the back of the net. Once more, Lloyd up top with the angle, the bounce, and a beautiful save from Pancakes.
We're now across that midway point in game number 2. Moose able to get it past Sniper. Pancakes looking to chase this thing down, but it was Lloyd boy from the sky sending it ahead. Extrencia, a second touch as well off the corner, and it's going to be a wide open net opportunity. Lloyd boy, the one touch. Sniper, the second, and they are now at double digits. 10 for Penn Trafford.
Yeah, they just continue to rack up the score. They're scoring in bunches and with ease at the moment. And again, it's just that team chemistry. I mean, it's not that often that you see three players play that well together. It's like they know where each other is going to be on the field.
Here it is, Lloyd boy gonna bring this thing back into their side of the field. I think was looking for a pinch, or they're trying to put it into their own net. It's either one or the other. I couldn't really exactly tell, but it is going to be moving up the field off that side while Moose looking to go towards the corner. Not enough side sway towards it. But ended up being a pretty nice pass, but not going to be able to capitalize on the side of Penn Trafford as they once again retreat back to the defensive side of the field. Everybody over in the corner. You feel like the first team that can really get it out of this side has a good opportunity. Sniper sends that up, but it does sail to the corner.
Extrinsia will pop it out over one defender. Moose will come in and look for a clear. Pancakes over the head of another as he looks to continue to travel down toward this Penn Trafford side. Lloyd boy goes flying by this one. Extrinsia will find the touch, looks to flick over the head. They can't quite get it now in front of the net. An opportunity, but Lloyd comes flying back to save the day.
It's Lloyd boy trying to get up the field, tries to get past Moose, but Moose says not today. We've got ourselves a Rule 1, and you love to see the commitment. Not like this, though. The kablooey, the kablamo from Pancakes. And now it's going to be Penn Trafford looking for some sort of a response.
Yeah, Pancakes saw the Rule 1, came over to help out his teammates, sent the car parts exploding across the field, but unfortunately 10-0, a big feat to come back from in just 50 seconds, makes it nearly impossible. But you love to see the fact that they don't care. They don't give up. They continue to press down the field. They look for these shots. They look for some goals to get them pumped up heading into that next game.
Here it is, trying to gather the control. It's Moose, but that ends up almost being a pass to the other team. Both going to swing and miss, but it is Extrencia still able to gather the control. Still able to keep the pressure here is Penn Trafford as Lloyd boy. One touch, looking for the second for the pass off to Extrencia. That sails high.
Yeah, just a little high, can't quite connect. But, you know, when you're up by 10, you can really just take a lot of chances here at this point. 10 seconds left on the clock as well. Penn Trafford will secure game number 2, and Lloyd boy will secure another goal as well. And does everybody have a hat trick on this team now?
I think at some point during the course of the game, I believe we have reached that point. But talk about 7 goals this last game from Lloyd boy. I mean, the MVP performance of game number 2. We're going to be seeing these last 5 seconds dwindle off the clock. I think Sniper wants one more for the road. Not going to be able to send it home. And now the question becomes for Westmont. Do you have what it takes to find the response in game 3? We do at least have Moose giving themselves one for the road and maybe something to build on.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe just a little extra momentum heading into game number 3. But again, we don't really see very many bumps or demos from Westmont Hilltop. They're not really kind of getting in the face of their opponents. I'd like to see them kind of maybe pick on Lloyd or pick on Sniper, pick on one of these guys and just find a demo after demo. See if you can maybe frustrate them a little bit, get them out of their gameplay, because we talk about whenever you can have a score over 500, it's already an amazing feat. Sniper Extrencia do that, but Lloyd has over 1,000 in this game, and they are just putting on, as you said earlier, an absolute clinic.
Yeah, I mean, part of that score becomes obviously with the scores and the assists, but also just from the pressure that they have in the zone. I mean, you talk about 17 shots as opposed to just the one from Westmont. Now, maybe a little bit of copium, 100% success rate. I mean, one shot, one goal from Westmont. So that's the good news. We just got to find a way to, start accumulating those shots over the course of game 3.
Yeah, and you see Tats again with a score of only 18. I feel like, they are kind of playing a little bit more defensive. They're wanting Tats. Westmont's is wanting Tats to kind of be that designated goalie, but you really have to try to get them more involved, whether it's bumps and demos down the field, whether it's hanging out just, before midfield to where if Penn Trafford gets it clear, you're able to boom it back down for your teammates. But at some rate, they got to find a way to get Tats a little more involved. Even if they make some mistakes here and there, they're only going to get better as they get more opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I've definitely taken home from just watching over at our Tech High School series. But man, right up off the rip here from distance, it's Lloyd Boy off of the kickoff. And once again, it's going to be Penn Trafford with the lead.
Yeah, we see Tats though coming out, going up for the, in the air for that one. So certainly making the right decision, just has to get up there a little bit quicker. And sometimes we don't see him hitting that jump before they start the boost. If you double tap that A as you go up into the air, you can really get that extra power that flies you up toward that ceiling with way more force. So just some of those basic little fundamentals to kind of fine tune out. But again, this pressure from Penn Trafford has just been absolutely relentless.
Oh, gotta find a way to get that thing set aside. Gonna be able to do that as Moose here now, trying to get this ball out of the zone and able to win the 50, continuing to press the ball down the field as it now gets into that Penn Trafford side of the pitch. But Lloyd Boy gets the control over towards their corner. No one really putting up any resistance across the midfield line. And Extrencia looking for a shot. Now it's Lloyd Boy off the pass. This could be a good chance for a counterattack, but it's slowed down before they get to half field.
Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of just went to the wayside at the moment. The plan had fizzled away, and Moose looking to backpedal here into the goal to find that clear, but it's actually Tats who finds the clear, now up forward in front of the net, and this is what we want to see. Tats up here getting more involved. Unfortunately, can't quite get the touch they need, but this is exactly what we want to see from them. Now Moose at midfield looking for the touch over their head as well, and now Pancakes, the lone defender, will have some help from Tats, but a bit of a double commit, and this could spell danger here.
Extrencia looking for the pass, the sniper, a couple of them. Did Extrencia just save his own shot? Not like this.
I mean, we've seen some own goals, and the ball was still going to go in after two tactical whiffs from Penn Trafford, but it's Extrencia on the backside, that far post, that actually knocks it out of the net. So, maybe a little blessing here for Westmont Hilltop. We'll see if they can run with it.
Man, that is a very unfortunate sort of series there, but they are still up, so that's going to be the good news for them. They're also still down here in the offensive zone, looking to try and find another one here, and it's going to be Sniper now flipping the pitch, flipping the script, wide open net. That's going to be number 2. No, it's not.
That's an own goal.
It's an own goal. I was completely flipping my mind here. That's flipped around. It's all tied up at 1.
Well, I mean, it's because Sniper just drove right into it. It was almost like he intentionally did that.
Yeah.
And they've been dominating the whole time, just blowing down the field. So, at a quick glance, it looked like, Sniper meant to do that. Unfortunately, after saving their own goal, they score an own goal. And now Westmont finds themselves tied up. We'll see if maybe Penn Trafford can help beat themselves here.
We got the demo that comes out, keeps the ball down here on the side of the field. This could be an opportunity for Westmont Hilltop. 2 in the corner. Tats with the kablamo. Also noting that is Tats not sitting back in the goal line, instead being a disruptor up here, creating some havoc and creating some space.
Yeah, that was a double demo from Tats there, and you're absolutely right. He's up pressing forward a lot more, helping out a lot more, and we're already halfway through this game, and it's still 1-1. We saw a 7-2. I think we saw a 10-0 or 10-1 at the end. So already, I feel like these changes, just by simply getting Tats more aggressive, by getting Tats more involved, has already changed the outcome a little bit here.
Oh, it's gonna be in front of the net here. Can anyone drill it home? No one able to chase it down. And it's going to be Lloyd Boy looking for the clear. Sends it pretty well right to the hood of Pancakes, who sends it back into the Penn Trafford territory. Extrencia up in the sky, looking for the pass off the Sniper. That's going to be a tactical fake as Lloyd Boy leaves it off and licks for the net. But that's going to be Moose with the save.
Yeah, nice save here from Moose, patiently near that goal line. Tats will go by this one. This could spell trouble. Moose has a little help. Pancakes there as well. Has to get over the head of Lloyd, and does. That'll relieve some of that pressure. A nice shot toward goal. An opportunity by one defender to beat another near own goal. And Penn Trafford maybe starting to feel a little bit of this pressure from Westmont Hilltop.
And what's the change that has caused the pressure? It's simply bringing the third up into the field, creating a little bit of havoc, the bumps, the demos. And we are almost 4 minutes into this game, and they have been able to hold Penn Trafford to just 1 goal. It's been a completely different Westmont Hilltop, but it is going to be Extrencia with the steal, looking to move it up towards the other side. Sniper able to say, hey, I want this steal down here. Extrencia trying to break out the protractor, but not able to connect.
Yeah, I mean, just getting Tats more involved has been absolutely huge this game, and you got to wonder how different this series would have played out had this happened a little bit sooner. But nonetheless, progress is progress, and you love to see it moving forward. Moose with a nice chip shot, and the demo as well, pressuring downfield, looking for the play after the play. Unfortunately, this one will be knocked away, but some great life being breathed in to Westmont Hilltop here.
Puncake's gonna look for the clear, at least sends it towards the corner. Moose with the second touch, sending it to the opposite side here as well, looking to follow it up towards the net. Moose with the dunk, and it's Westmont Hilltop up on top for now, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, they are looking just like a completely different team. And look, Tats up here in the goalie, trying to just throw a wrench in the mix. And I think getting Tats more involved has just been a huge game changer here for Westmont.
I'm really enjoying it here, man. Seeing them make the changes, but you still got to make sure that you can iron things out. You can't allow for any mistakes here late. Lloyd boy rises up, sends it over here. Extrencia doing a good job of keeping it alive in the zone, but then it's Sniper with a touch. It's going the other way. It's a wide open net, and it's Tat sending it home, and it's 3-1 for Westmont Hilltop.
Yeah, that might be Tad's first goal here in this series as well, and I just absolutely love to see it. Tad's getting more involved here in game number 3, and look at this, from 7-2, from 10-1, now being up 3-1 with 8 seconds left on the clock. Westmont Hilltop should be able to secure game number 3, and just hats off to them for these adjustments here in game number 3.
This is what it's all about here in our Tech High School series, man, is seeing the growth from the players, seeing the adjustments, and man, they really looked like a completely different squad in game number 3. And I do want to also point out that it's not like all of a sudden it was a different Penn Trafford squad. Penn Trafford was still doing a good job of putting down the pressure in the offensive zone, controlling the pace of the game, but Westmont just seemed to be brought to life here.
Yeah, I mean, Penn Trafford still had 8 shots, right? Whereas
Right.
Westmont in the previous games, we saw 1 shot, and 1 shot. But again, I think that big difference maker was Tats. We saw 2 shots from Tats. We saw an assist. We saw a goal. We saw 3 different huge demos as well from Tats, kind of help opening up that back area a little bit. So a huge difference there. The whole team playing together, coming together. And now after getting that win back into this, if they can find a way to win game number 4, all the momentum is going to be in their favor heading into that final game of the series.
Well, we've been able to see a 4th game get added to the docket here. Let's see if maybe we can force this thing to a game 5 here as well. Scores rolled back towards 0. Lloyd boy, though, looking to try and strike early. That gets sent towards the side. Puncake's looking for the clear, but not able to make the connection. Right now, you see this ball still stuck over on this side of the field. A shot launched on the target, but Moose with the save.
Moose with the save up into there. Secondary touch to direct it away from this Penn Trafford squad. Now to the sideline. Tats over the head, though, as Extrencia, one defender to beat. That's going to be Moose. The pinch, though, goes a little wide here. A little too much power on that one. Puncakes will have an opportunity to drive down the field. A bit of back and forth here early in game number 4.
Tats here keeps the pressure forward with the touch. It's going to be a center for Moose, who's going to bang it home. And Westmont Hilltop on top with less than a minute expired in game number 4.
Oh, man. Penn Trafford, another one of these staple teams of TEC that we've grown to love over time. But I love a Cinderella story. I love when an underdog can bring it back. And Westmont Hilltop, these adjustments have just been absolutely wonderful to see out here. And they continue to press forward, already up 1-0, but still 4 minutes left to go. Penn Trafford, a dangerous team. You cannot sleep on them.
Puncakes is looking to try and cut across and then maybe move that ball up the field, but moving it back into the offensive zone was Penn Trafford. Extrencia with the miss. Lloyd boy able to gather the control. Puncakes, though, the defense stepping to the plate. Extrencia says, let's still keep the ball down here, but it's only temporary. Again, Tats getting out of the goal, creating a little bit of ruckus, at least gets the ball to midfield, but not all the way up the field as Extrencia gets a shot on the target.
Yeah, nice shot on target. Unfortunately, can't find the back of the net, and that would have been a wide open goal, but 2 tactical whiffs go on by, and They will keep the dream alive here as they continue to press forward the Penn Trafford side. The ball floating around in the corner. Tats looking for a way to pass, but it's Extrinsia over the top who finds the touch. One defender to beat, but a back pass could be dangerous as Moose will come out and challenge, tucked into the corner, and they have to be careful with those, certainly.
Extrinsia here keeping the ball alive. Moose, or not Moose, Lloyd Boy, I'm sorry, able to cut that thing behind the defender, able to just pump the brakes on it just a little bit, squeezing it in here past Moose, and man, tying it up at 1.
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't something we're used to seeing, though, right? I mean, Penn Trafford is battling back from being down here, so they're looking to make things happen. But again, I love these changes thus far, but Penn Trafford starting to get back into true form here, getting back into those game 1-2 series as they continue to pressure the net. Pancakes looking for a way to alleviate some of this pressure. A bit of a double commit, a wide open net, and Moose has to get back in time and does.
Oh, but now it's going to be an open field because of the double commit down the other side. Moose is going to be able to make the adjustment, but Lloyd Boy out of nowhere like an RKO able to get the save.
Man, and unfortunately that first jump just got the car a little too squirrely. Had they taken their time, they would have been able to knock that in, but Lloyd Boy, the savior for the team, comes in once more to find the stop. Keep it tied at 1. 2:15 on the clock from Moose to Lloyd. Back to the other side. Tats getting involved here at midfield. Now Sniper. Another big booming clear is upon us. Can Pun get up and find a stop here? Extrinsia. And here we go in these long, booming back and forth plays.
He has a shot on a target from Sniper, though. Moose is going to be able to send that thing towards the side. Lloyd Boy going to be able to chase it down. Keeps it alive in the offensive zone. Turning around and trying to get one more shot at it. Pancakes, though, looks for the pass to Moose. Not able to dial it up. That's going to be a pass from Lloyd Boy to Extrinsia. That finds the lace, and it's going to be Penn Trafford up by 1.
Yeah, and again, we see Tats getting more involved, which I do like, but we are seeing some double commits there from Tats. So if you have a teammate that's in front of you, let them pressure out for that ball, circle back until it's your turn. Gotta have to work on those double commits a little bit. That's the only thing that's hurting them at the moment. If they can just correct that here in game number 4, they still have an opportunity to come out on top and send it to game number 5.
Yeah, I mean, you still have 90 seconds here, right? So, I mean, the time definitely still of the essence, but also in your favor in the sense of you're only down by 1 here. And it has been still that same sort of aggressive play style that we have seen that was working in game number 3 for Westmont Hilltop. The ball floating in front of the goal. Tats tries to send that one on a target, but not able to dial it up.
Now Lloyd Boy looking to Lou. Lloyd Boy things had a breakaway. Unfortunately, couldn't find the secondary touch there in front of the net. Now Tats on the counterattack. A nice booming clear. Extrinsia into the corner. Looks to circle out and pressure, but it's Moose. A nice shot. Going to be wide and to the right from the Extrinsia save. But now it is Westmont Hilltop looking to be that relentless firing squad. But Penn Trafford will find a little breathing room.
Yeah, Lloyd Boy looking for a center here. I think he was looking for Extrinsia. Extrinsia actually had a little bit of hesitation. I think actually could have been the first one to that ball and be able to drill it home, but didn't want to overcommit and leave a wide open backside there for a counterattack. But they are still able to maintain the possession of the ball, at least temporarily, until Pancakes gets it past the midfield line. I think was expecting Tats to be back behind him. Tats rotating up a little bit late, but still able to meet with that little bit of resistance. Lloyd Boy, though, rising up. That's a dunk. That's going to be a 2-goal lead for Penn Trafford.
Yeah, and only 22 seconds left. Not impossible, but it's going to be a tall task to ask here for Westmont Hilltop. Down by 2, 22 seconds on the clock. We've seen a couple crazy kickoff goals. We've seen a crazy own goal as well. So anything is certainly possible here in the TEC series.
Oh, a shot on a target from Sniper off the woodwork. The fourth man coming into play here now, going to be able to get that steal, keeps things down here. All they're simply doing is playing keep away as these final seconds tick away, and it looks like it's going to be Penn Trafford taking game number 4 and sealing the deal against Westmont Hilltop.
Yeah, maybe looking for that final prize, but it will go to the wayside. Penn Trafford takes the series in 3-1 fashion, but Westmont Hilltop, after struggling those first couple games, made some crazy adjustments, some proper adjustments to get them back on track. And again, you wonder, had they played like that in those first 2 games, if the series would have had a different outcome. But again, hats off to Westmont Hilltop for making those adjustments, for making it a really good competitive series. At the end of the day, there can only be one winner, though. Penn Trafford going to go to 3-1 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, Westmont Hilltop, right? Like they're still set at 2-2 on the season. They still got a pretty good spring going for themselves. I feel like the big thing for me that was like a really big takeaway for this Westmont Hilltop squad. I think sometimes when you start off your season in a good fashion, the way that they have, in a winning spirit, right? The 2-1, to have a game, especially the first two that went the way that this one did against Penn Trafford, to be able to bounce back the way they did, shows the type of resilience that not every team has, you know?
Absolutely. Those things can be devastating to the mental as well. You can get down on yourself and it becomes harder to play, but that certainly did not affect them. So it speaks volumes for them. I mean, kept their head in the game, played very, very well. We saw a phenomenal game three where they won 3-1. And then that final game was incredibly close as well. So, I mean, again, hats off to Westmont Hilltop. They played very, very tough today. And it was a lot of fun to watch and the cast.
Yeah, a bunch of fun to watch and cast. And that is going to do it as far as our Tech High School series and middle school series, because of course the first two games of the day were both from our middle school. Man, a lot of fun. Remember, we got like more content than ever heading y'all's way, whether it's over on our social medias, over on the YouTube. Make sure that you guys are getting involved. We're going to be bringing more action, of course, to you guys live over across all of our channels Monday through Thursday. If it's your first time through, you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that follow button, turn those notifications on until we catch y'all back over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all, that's hot sauce. I'm Q for the rest of the crew to the front to the back. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Peace.